Right, welcome to Yin Yoga. We're going to go deep into the hips and legs tonight. Always a great time of the year to do that, as the weather, at least here at this time of the year in the Berkshires, is getting colder. The hips want to tighten up. And we'll all be wearing different kind of footwear, most likely. And often that footwear is going to have a big impact on the legs. So let's make sure you have the equipment. We'll need a strap, blocks handy, blanket, and bolster. Let's come down onto the back to start tonight's class with the bolster under the thighs. Taking some time to settle into awareness of the body in this position, awareness of a settling. Feel the hamstrings over the bolster. Feel the shoulder blades settling into the mat. And becoming aware of that area of the body that starts at the kneecaps and ends at the navel. You can think of it as a triangular area. And this area located at the bottom of the spinal column. If you travel up the spinal column to the head and neck, shoulder area, a second triangle, a smaller triangle. The two ends of the spine being connected by the spine. Exhale, turn the head to the left. Notice the sensations in the neck tonight. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, ahead to the right. Inhale, neutral. Stand the left foot on the mat, on the bolster, and let the left knee drop out to the left. Resting the left thigh on the bolster, left foot on the bolster, left foot against that right leg. It's like you're in tree pose on your back. Turn the head to the left. And sweep the right arm up over the head, reaching back over the head, creating a stretch sensation through the ribs, helping release the hips from the ribs on that right side. Inhale, head to neutral, sweep that right arm back, release the left leg. Just notice what that small movement did on that left hip. Bring the right foot to the bolster. And then lay the right knee and the right foot down onto the bolster, right foot against that left leg. So you feel that tree pose on your back. Turn the head to the right. And reach the left arm over the head, pulling the ribs away from the pelvis. Exhale, bring that left hand down, head to neutral. Bending the knees, standing the feet on the mat. Push the feet down, lift the hips up, and pull that bolster underneath you so that your hips can rest on the bolster. It's important when you raise the hips to consider lowering the head. So if the head was on a raised blanket, you might remove the blanket or the towel or decrease its size, freeing up the back of the neck, aligning the neck with the hips through the spinal column. Pick the left knee up and squeeze the left knee towards the ribs. Curl the toes back. Extend the right leg out. Push through the right heel. Feeling the sensations this is bringing into the body. Turn the head to the right. Inhale the head to neutral. Exhale the head to the left. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Pick the head up. So you bring the head towards that left knee. You feel an abdominal crunch. Keep extending the right leg out. Reach down with the right hand and grab that left foot. Now, if you can't grab the left foot, strap it up with your strap and pull the strap back and pull that foot and knee in towards your ribs into pigeon pose. Bring the head back down. Squeezing that thigh in towards the ribs. Become aware of the sensations in the hips and the thighs as you squeeze and hold. Squeeze and hold. Drop the right foot to the earth, grab your strap, and bring the strap over the sole of that left foot. Extend the left foot heel to heaven, toes curled back. Re-engage the right leg, so the right leg pushing through the heel as well. So left heel to heaven, right heel traveling along towards the horizon. Arms holding that strap down, pulling the foot down. So you feel the leg moving in two directions, pushing up through the heel bone and the strap pulling it down into the hip. And the foot leverages backwards, toes curl backwards, coming into the calf and the hamstring, back of the knee. So tonight's yin class really focusing in on some of the deeper work that makes a lot of our poses possible. Deep stretches Look for delicious discomfort so you can hold the intensity over time. Focus on the breath, reeling the mind back into this moment, like you're reeling a fish up from the icy depths of a pond. Reel the mind in. Now take both ends of the strap into the left hand. Pick up the right knee and hug the right knee back in towards your shoulders. Curl the toes of the left foot. So you're pulling both legs back towards the head, keeping the intensity on the back of that left hamstring, left calf muscle. The right knee is leveraging the hips in a way that can bring that left leg back more. Keeping that stretch on the left hamstring, open the knees outwards away from each other. Left leg comes out to the left, right knee out to the right. Use your hands, right hand on the knee, left hand on the strap, to support the stretch of the adductors. Now, even though the adductor is getting the stretch here on the left side, push through that left heel, keeping the integrity of that left leg stretching open. Use your yin skills here, slowing the breath down, working in the appropriate range of sensation, and relaxing into a lot of sensation here. Bring the knees back towards each other. Let go of the right knee. Let the right foot come down. Change hands. Right hand takes over the strap. Left hand comes out to the side body, palm down, shoulder down. Straighten the right leg. So there's a slight pull to the right side of the body, crossing over the midline of the body, keeping that left hip down for now. Start to feel the integrity of the left side of that left leg through the IT band, the sciatic area. As you pull that foot back over a little more, keep pushing through the heel bone, keep the left hip down. Now, if you can, lift the left hip and bring that left leg over towards the right side. Push out through the heel bone. So there's definitely a lumbar twist here as you open up that outer left hip. Slowly come back. Keep the strap around the foot. And we're going to move into wind reliever pose, sometimes called happy baby, and on one occasion, half dead baby. So you bend the knee. So here's where it's important. You keep the sole of the foot facing the roof, and you start to bend the knee so the knee comes down to the ground. As the foot comes down, your left hand might be able to reach up and grab the foot, replace the strap with the hand. You'll feel the rib cage in contact with that left quadricep. So you have a deep knee bend, foot facing the ceiling, toes curled back, wind reliever pose, half happy baby here. A lot of sensation. And you have the strap, so you can really modify using the strap. Feeling all the sensations that's bringing into the left thigh. Using your yin skills once again. Relax, breathe. Notice the sensations. Are they appropriate? Do I have to modify? Push out a little more through the right heel. Engage that right leg a little more. Pull down that left foot a little more. Now reach the right hand over the head. Once again, bringing the rib cage away from that right hip. Exhale, soften and start to release the shape. Let the foot go. Let the left foot drift back to the mat. Come out slowly. We've been in that pose for a while. There was a lot going on. Bring the right hand back. Bend the right knee and stretch out the left leg. Just notice how that left hip feels. Pick up the right knee and hug. So as we hug and hold the right knee, you can squeeze as gently or as strongly as you like. I like to play around with different levels of squeeze here. Sometimes squeezing in very strongly, and sometimes releasing the pressure a little bit. Just noticing how that feels on the right side. Exhale, turn the head to the left. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, the head to the right. Inhale, neutral. Take a deeper breath in. Exhale, lift the head and grab the right foot with the left hand, pulling it back into your pigeon, laying the head back down. Once again, experiment with the intensity of your squeeze. It's a big isometric squeeze here with using the biceps, the arms. make any modifications if you're in any kind of pain. And prepare for your hamstring stretch with the strap. Bring the strap over the foot. Pull down on the strap. Strap roughly located where the ball and the arch meet. Push up through the heel bone of the right leg. So there's that combination, pulling down with the strap, pushing up with the heel bone. The ankle joint will respond by curling the toes back, and that's where we get the stretch in the calf muscle and the hamstring. Don't go for too much sensation here, and don't avoid sensation altogether. You want some sensation in the back of that right leg, and it's that sensation that's going to get into the muscle and allow the muscle to open up. Now let's leverage through the hips here. Right hand takes over the strap. Pick up the left knee and pull the left knee back. This is going to allow you to pull back more on the right leg because the hip comes back. Push through the right heel. Keep the sensation alive in the back of that right leg. Toes curled back on both feet. Yin patience here. Breath, relaxation. Stay with the sensation. Not too much, not too little. Explore, sometimes coming back, sometimes backing off. All right, let's start to get into the adductors. Pull the knees apart. That right leg comes out to the right. Toes curled back on both feet. If for any reason that right foot is grounded, pull it closer to the head, pull it upwards. As long as the sensation's appropriate on the internal thigh of that right leg. Push through the heel bone, activate the back of the right leg. And notice what that left hand is doing. Is the left hand pushing into the left knee to create more stretch, or is it preventing it from overstretching? What is your left hand's role here? And you may know notice the body warming up as we hold the stretch. Keep the breath even. And then gently bring the knees back up. Left foot drifts to the earth. Strap changes hands. Right hand out and down. Left hand holds the strap. Straighten the left leg. Start to pull that right foot over the midline of the body. Resist the temptation to lift the right hip. If you're not feeling anything, bring the foot back towards the head more. So you feel it's on the outside of that right thigh. Wait for it. Toes curled back. Push up through the heel. Activate the left leg more. Push through the left heel. Now with that activation, lift the right hip up and bring that right leg over towards the ground. Try to keep that right hand grounded, right shoulder grounded. And then bring that right leg up. Change hands. Strap in the right hand. Now bend the right knee and pull that foot down, keeping the sole of the foot oriented towards the ceiling. So you're either holding the strap here with one or two hands, knee bent, or your right hand might take over and hold that outside of the right foot altogether. Half happy baby. You'll feel that right thigh maybe against your rib cage. If you can bring the knee out a little further, it might be able to go down a little more. You might feel a lot in the hamstring here. Creating a lot of tension in the right wrist as it holds against the force of the leg. Come back to the breath. Let's do 5 more breaths here. And then exhale, gently release the foot or the strap. Let the right foot come back to the mat. Bend the left knee. Stand both feet on the mat. Lift the hips and remove the bolster. Exhale, come down, knees together, feet apart, TP pose. Feel the hips and thighs, feet, legs, low back, waist. Feel that triangular area from the knees to the navel. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax. Keep the low back sinking into your mat. Make sure the blocks are within reach. Open the knees out, feet together, and allow the blocks to support butterfly pose on the back. Recalling when we use the blocks for butterfly pose, we want the hips to open as far as they can, and then push the blocks in towards the thighs to take a little bit of pressure off the hips. So it's not a full tilt hip opening, it's a gradual opening. The blocks are taking some of the weight and pressure off the hips. Clasp the hands behind the head, interlacing the fingers. Arch the back and push the elbows into the earth, and feel the knees pressing into your blocks. Arch a little more, press the elbows in a little more, feel the knees press against the blocks a little more. Take a deeper breath in, and as you exhale, bring the knees up together, lift the head, and hold the head off the ground, taking the weight of the head into the hands. Push the hands into the back of the neck. Push the heel palms into the side of the skull, and then wrap the forearms around the skull, squeezing the skull with a lot of strength here. The skull can take a lot of pressure. Take another breath in and exhale. Lift the head up a little more. Use your abdominals. Now squeeze the skull even more strongly, and as you squeeze, pull the back of the skull up. So you squeeze and pull. Squeeze and pull. Squeeze and pull. You'll feel the shoulder blades opening here, the upper back, the back of the neck, the occipital ridge, and the skull itself releasing a lot of tension. Exhale, gently lower the head, release the head when it's on the ground. Let the knees come out to the side and see if you can bring the blocks a little further out. So the hips are a little wider open now. Exhale the head to the left. Inhale, neutral. Exhale the head to the right. Inhale, neutral. Move the blocks and gently straighten the legs. Bring the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Cross the left ankle over the right. Lift both hands above the heart. Right hand grabs the left wrist. And bring both hands over the head. Make any adjustments so you settle into Banana Asana. Now bring your breath to 1/3 its normal rate. So you exhale, then inhale, 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 gently exhale. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, and as you exhale, pull that left arm a little more. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale and pull that left arm a little more. So unclogging the pelvis vertically, pulling through that left side rib cage, left arm. Freeing the hips up in a different way. Three more breaths here. Big breaths. Slow breaths. Full breaths. Let the breath help open the ribs, unclog the pelvis. One more breath. And then gently release the arms. Float the hands back. Let them rest beside you. Uncross the left ankle. Bring the head back to neutral. Bring the left ear down towards the left shoulder. So you feel something in that right side of the neck. Cross the right ankle over the left. Now if you don't feel anything from that, bring the left leg further to the left and recross the right ankle over. So you want to feel something from the right hip down through that right outer leg. Bring the hands above the heart. Left hand grabs the right wrist. And then bring that back over the head. So you're feeling the curving to the left. The right lateral side of the body stretching open, the inside contracting, squeezing up. Make any adjustments you need to sustain the pose. And when you feel that delicious discomfort, it could be coming from anywhere. It could be the shoulder, the hip, the inside hip, the ankle. Just riding the wave that you're riding. Could be different from my wave. And then start to slow the breath down, deepen the breath. Use the breath as a complement to the stretch. Remember, you can always pull a little more on that arm if you feel the sensation is not enough. You can increase the breath or move the right foot further to the left. Let's do 5 more breaths here. Release the hands. Uncross the foot. Bring the arms back, head back to neutral. bend the knees, grab a block or a bolster, push down through the feet, lift the hips, and bring your block or bolster underneath the hips onto the low level. Straighten the legs. Lift the arms above the body. The back of the hands resting on the mat. Thumb tips touching so the palms face the ceiling. Not in prayer position. Push out through the heel bones. Keep the back of the neck long. Feel the stretch in the belly. Reach out through the feet a little more. Reach the hands out a little more. So that a little extra length, just a little bit, doesn't take much. Someone tightens the wheel again. Reach the feet out, push out through the heel bones. Reach the hands a little more. Exhale, release the stretch, bend the knees. Now lift the hips up and turn the block one level higher. Or if you're on a bolster, perhaps you could put a blanket or a towel under the bolster to lift your hips up higher. And then bring the hips back down onto that heightened bridge pose. Back of the neck long. Feel the breath with the body opened in this way, hips elevated. And I want you to explore a little bit with the position of your feet. The classic instruction here would be have your feet parallel, hip width distance apart. Try that and see how that feels on your pelvis. See if it's a position that feels comfortable for you. Now slightly rotate, pivot the feet out a little bit so they're Charlie Chaplin style. Reposition the feet and just notice how that feels on the pelvis, on the hips, on the back. So often in a yoga class, the teacher will recommend certain foot alignments, knee alignments, hip alignments. But it may not always suit your body at this time. So once you get used to the idea of making these little small adjustments with your feet, with your legs, looking for what feels like delicious discomfort. Inhale, lift the hips, remove the block or the bolster. Let the hips come down, knees together, feet apart. You can remain in TP pose or come into Shavasana. Notice which pose you're drawn to. Which one feels more relevant for you tonight, at this moment? Let your attention find the breath again. Exhale the head to the left. Inhale neutral. Exhale the head to the right. Inhale neutral. Bending the knees if they're not already bent. Bring the soles of the feet onto mat. And then lift the heels up. Drop the heels, lift the balls up. Just feeling the ankle joint as you roll across the top of the foot, the bottom of the foot. And then exhale, roll to one side, curl up into a little ball. And then gently press up. Find a comfortable seat. Notice your legs, hips, posture. Thank you for joining me tonight. Namaste. Thank you.